Yo, it is your lunch table girls back with another episode. You know, over here we talk about everything, but mostly hip hop. I am Naja Damas.
I am N. Dot Mills. I got the skills to pay the bills, aka Illmatic Goddess, on all platforms because I make life nice and easy for everyone.
Please say the baby. In dot meals, please say the baby.
I
What up
love that.
though? Hey. So yeah, welcome back. Appreciate all you guys that have been checking us out. Definitely to all of our new subscribers. We want to lead in with shout out to everybody, all of our new followers. In Mills, who you got? You got any shout
Listen,
outs?
word on the street is our comment section is jumping. You guys be on the lunch table
Woo!
getting it popping. So shout out to our lunch table crew and our lunch
Thank
table
you.
crew contributors. So ballin'. Uh, I know her personally. Oh, so I'm not going to put her YouTube name, but we call her Precious One. That's her hip hop name,
Hey, fresh
Precious One.
one. Hey.
So Rap Tells Rewind is the YouTube channel, but you can follow this gentleman on Threads Behind the Lines 23, and also check out his YouTube channel. It's a lot of cool stories about hip hop artists,
Perfect.
recanting tales that we've heard from history. The Jet King as well, and then let me
Hello.
shout out our special queen on our table, Alicia. I
Hey,
hope I
Alicia.
said your name right, but you agree with me that Drake didn't get jaw ruled. He
Mm-hmm.
did get make milled because just like I've been saying, Drake can come back, and I think we're on the same page on that. But
Yeah.
shout out to all of y'all. We appreciate the love. Tell a
Yes,
friend and
yes,
tell a
yes.
friend and tell another friend and have them subscribe and comment so we can have some more lively discussions.
And I don't think somebody made your list, but he commented. I think it's like Daryl Simmons or something like that. Daryl Simpson or somebody new. So thank you for subscribing. Um, you see how early we are when we get to name everybody who subscribed. It's a blessing to be able to see everybody that subscribes. So it definitely means a whole lot to us. Thank you so much for that. And our homie that's always in the comment section as well. That we shouted him out last week, right?
Yep.
Okay, our
Hmm.
homie that's
And
always in
then,
the
but you
comments.
did ask him to do his top five, but he already gave us his top five. So we're gonna talk about his next episode
Yes,
because one thing I like about him, he knows his hip hop,
he
but
does.
his top five is not conventional like most people's, and I enjoy it about. I
I
really enjoyed it.
We love this
Mhm.
top. Yeah, I love the top five. I feel like it was a really solid list. So shout out to you. Thank you guys so much for that. Oh, thank you so much for that. But how's your week been since we've been gone? I feel like it's been a minute. Whenever we go over
Yo,
7 days, I feel like it's been a long time.
it's been a minute. Ever since then, like life has been happening. What I will
Mhm.
say, I don't think you have a chance, but I be mixy sometimes. So I watched the AMAs. I watched Nelly's performance, so that was kind of a highlight, and just got me thinking in a different light about Nelly because
Yeah.
prior to his performance on AMA, they released like early fit because you always know when someone's gonna blow, but
Yep.
and it's weird how they record stuff like right before they pop. But
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
were releasing like old raps that
Of her.
Nelly did. And I was like,
Yeah.
Nelly had, I was not going to act like, and I'm going to tell you now, don't come for me because I'm going to tell you, I'm very true about what I like, what I listen to, what I buy.
Yeah.
While I may not have purchased Nelly's albums, I do respect his hustle. But
Mhm.
Nelly has a flow, like it's crazy. He, what he released and how he used to flow was just two different things. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
You can also tell back to what we were talking about last episode that the East Coast really influenced a lot of people because his early flow, you would think he was from the East Coast. You wouldn't think
Yeah.
he was a St.
Yeah.
Louis and had his little flair and flavor to it. So that was my weekend. Just thinking about Nelly, his place in
Yeah.
hip hop, and his contributions. How was your weekend?
To piggyback off what you said about Nelly, you said that his early raps on the East Coast. I'm glad he broke away from that because I think that's what made him break out is that he came with that country Midwest, type of swing. I will say, and I think we should do an episode on this one day. Artists who I had no idea were going to take off, and I thought were going to be a one hit wonder. Nelly is at the top of my list. I did think that
What?
Down, down, baby, yo street. I think I might have saw it on the box. I think it was like still old. Like it, I didn't think Nelly was gonna be as big as a star as he was. I did not. I thought it was a one hit wonder, and he took off. He definitely fooled me. He's on that list. I got a few other people that's on that list. We'll definitely make that into an episode.
You
Um,
have to, because
yeah,
now that you
artists
said
we thought
it,
were gonna blow that we didn't think we are gonna blow, but that did.
but he's marketable. That's why I'm surprised you said that. And I
Yeah.
mean this, and y'all have to bear with me. This is the business part of my brain working. Because while I may not have brought his album, like, he
Hmm.
has the look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He got the
Yeah.
look. He has a
Very
style. He's kind of got
handsome,
that charisma. He has
charismatic.
charisma. Like, he has the
Yeah.
riz, as the young people say, and then he has a little band. Like, I could see him being marketable
Yeah.
enough where you knew something was gonna pop.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't. I thought it was a one hit wonder. But yeah, so shout out to Nelly. My week, I did so much this week, but the one thing I couldn't wait to tell you is I finally saw the movie Just Another Girl from the IRT. I finally watched it. It came across my home screen somehow, and I was like, I'm gonna watch this movie. And I will tell you, it was nothing like I thought it was going to be. It was the subject, the topic, what it was about, the acting, like nothing. I did not think that this movie was going to be what it was. My mind thought it was going to be something totally different. I
Did you
said it though.
enjoy it, or what was your thoughts?
So it was definitely like a homegirl type movie. It was an indie film. It was an indie film. So,
Mhm.
it gave indie film vibes. Once I got past where this was going and got past the acting and kind of got past a couple of things, then I did start to enjoy the story because I'm like, okay, I want to see where this goes. One thing I thought was weird, and I don't know, her friends looked like older, like her best friend looked like she was like 35, 40, and like the guy she was dating who she got pregnant by looked a clean 40. Like it was, so that was kind of confusing for me. So, but did I enjoy it? It was so nostalgic. Yes, I enjoyed it. Yes, I thought I crossed it off my list. I finally saw it.
I'm gonna tell you, to know me is I've been on Tubi before Tubi was a thing. I love a good independent Black film. I used to
Yeah.
tell people, in my corporate job, when guys were like, "What do you like to do for fun?" There's nothing better. Back before there was Tubi,
Mm-hmm.
Prime and Netflix would have, they would just get a lieu of independent Black films, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's what I like to watch. I love
He was
movies.
into that.
Not just Black movies, but if I have a preference, that's my
Yeah.
preference, and I sit around and watch them. And that was when when I was telling my mom, she was like, "Yeah, I remember you made me buy this on pay-per-view." And I was like, "Yeah, I like
That
the movie."
movie?
Yeah,
Oh
I would go to
wow.
my mom's house on the weekend. I had my own little room, and like, she would get me Pizza Hut pizza.
Yeah.
And my mom didn't drive, so it wasn't going to Blockbuster, but she would pay the pay-per-view money. My mom was balling out of control, young little single thing, balling out of control. Now I
Pay-per-view.
think about it, because I wouldn't do pay-per-view nowadays, but
Right, right.
she had it on there. So I'm glad you liked it.
I
I
did.
can't, let me see if I can pull up the actress's name real quick to give
I
her a
looked
shout
her
out.
up
I want to know
too.
where she's at. If you're watching, if you happen to come across this, look, if y'all know in the comments, let's talk.
Yeah.
I want to hear about her experience. I feel like the movie was a little bit ahead of its time,
It
even though it's heavy.
was.
It's heavy and light at the same time, because like you said, it's kind of weird, because then she was trying to get into college. It was a
It
whole
was a
thing.
whole thing. It was she was trying to get into college. She was so like she was certain like this is what I want to do. I don't want to be like my parents. I want to get
Mhm.
into college. And then a guy will catch you up. And I just shook my head like, man, that's what they do. They still doing it. They're still catching you up. They're still getting you listen, I was under Glorilla's comments like, don't get pregnant. I'm like, you're about to take off. Don't get pregnant. Like whatever the F you do, do not let one of these nappy head rappers get you pregnant. Cause that's what they do. They love you and they get you pregnant. But sorry.
Ariana Johnson is that young lady's name, and yes, I 100% agree. I will just detour real quick. I'm gonna tell you, yes, I have my degree, but I will let y'all know my life was always supposed to be soft. When I
Hmm.
was in college, I met a dude, and he didn't like the fact that my life was soft. And I'm young and dumb. My mom was
Yeah.
paying for my apartment. My granddad was buying my groceries,
Oh
and all I
wow.
had to do was go to school.
Wow.
He didn't like this,
Jealous.
so I left school. I
He's
got a
jealous.
job. I made my life 20 times harder for me than what it was supposed to be.
Why?
So my niecey Pooh may join us when she comes down next week, and she has a whole nickname and rap name, and she's ready to get her lunch table crew shirt.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
she knows from me and her mom's warning, she lives her soft life. Her mom pays her bills. Y'all don't be trying to talk to my niece neither. She ain't got no time for y'all. She's a woman with a plan. But back then, I do think that was a mentality. I think we wanted to fall in love.
Yeah. We wanted to fall in love more than we wanted to have a soft life by ourselves. We rather have a hard life
Mhm.
with someone. It sounds good, especially when a lot of that life is in rap music too. You're all I need to get by. What's all these Bonnie and Clyde type songs, like that was the vibe, ride or die. I can't be ride or die if I'm over here getting my bills paid by my dad. Like, we gotta be
Like, oh,
in this
yeah.
together. So, influence, musical influence, but it's all good. All right. So we'll go ahead and I want you guys to comment if you've seen Just Another Girl from the IRT. Tell me what you thought about that film. And what's another film you recommend for me that I probably have not seen? Could y'all give us a film
Ooh.
recommendation?
Oh
Yeah.
wait, we already said it. You have to watch OG Bobby Johnson. You have
Oh,
to
I
watch
gotta.
South Central. You
Oh
have
yeah.
to.
I have to
You
watch
have
South
to.
Central.
You have
Okay.
to watch South Central. And again, there's a song in a movie that's called All Right.
Okay.
It's gonna be all right. That's the song that's produced by the boys. And it's a different group singing it, but it's a whole, like, it's a cookout vibe. The
Okay.
song is a cookout vibe. So I want to hear your opinion. Because I don't know if we overhyped it, because this was something that we all like everyone
Overhyped
watched.
it.
I
Yeah,
don't
we
know if it's
overhyped a lot of
overhyped, or
stuff.
I'll see how you react to it.
All right, all right. I will check that out. All right. Also, I was gonna ask you, but I'll ask you off camera. It was a movie that I want to know if you saw. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get into our clickbait story for today, and make sure you stick around because we're gonna have our topic of the day coming up in a moment. Clickbait story: J. Cole has released a new song finally. Right? We've been all waiting on J. Cole to come out with some music. Did you get a chance to listen to it?
Of course. First of all,
Mm.
I want everyone to know, about 4 or 5 episodes ago, Nas was trying to put this man
I was
off the
what?
you were trying to pull him off the big three. And I always said J. Cole belongs. He is he was one of my favorite from that class. And it could be because people call me Cold World in some circles.
Oh please, oh please, Cole.
I mean,
Anyway,
I might be able to show y'all the artwork where it says
Cold
Cold
World.
World. I might be able to
That's
show it
dope.
to you.
That's actually
But
dope.
he has always, one thing I was about to call him by his government. He's like me. Jake,
Speak it
one
into
thing I like
existence.
about him is he's very introspective. So yes, I listened to it. Um, Port Antonio is what we're talking about.
Yes.
It just came out, so it really just came out.
Port
But
Antonio. Yes, we're about 20.
yes.
We're less than 24 hours into it, right? On
Mhm.
when we record this, we're 24 hours into this, less than.
And J. Cole is exactly who I always knew him to be. He's very insightful. Like when he raps, I feel like he takes his time. I feel like him not rushing into the beat was a smart move. A lot of people call him a fool for it, but I felt like it was a smart move because he even said that, like, I mean, that's including us.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone wants clicks. Y'all
Yeah.
want bloodshed.
Yeah.
But what's the reality? I'm actually losing real life friends. Like, these are not my enemies. These are people I came in the game with. We did
There you
song
go.
together. We hung out. And I like the fact he said he's not ashamed to say Drake's done stuff for him in his
Yeah.
career. But then he also said, and this is the point that I've been trying to make about this whole stupid beef in the first place. Why would he sell his soul to go sniff out information, dig up dirt
Yeah.
on somebody else? For what is your reward? What do you get out of it?
Yeah.
You get a little bit more streams, you get a little bit more money, but then when it's all said and done, this is what you're going to be known for.
Yep.
All the
Yeah.
and I do downplay Kendrick Lamar because I was pissed at the time, but I'm going to be honest. What he did on the Black Panther soundtrack is amazing. Well, I mean, watch my mouth.
It's
It's
okay to curse.
amazing.
It's okay.
It's amazing. A lot of his songs had they had a different aura about him, but
Oh
Kendrick
yeah.
made him like, I feel like he cheapened his brand. And I feel like
With that, yeah, with the Drake
with
song.
what he
Yeah,
did, yeah. But I feel
gotcha.
like with J. Cole, as in the words of the great Fat Joe, the price went up.
The
So
price went, yeah,
good
yeah.
job, J. Cole.
Man, that's very that's interesting. Can I get you to say that again? And could you wrap that up and say it in 60 seconds so that I can chop that up and make that into a short? Because
Okay,
you
with
said that he
Kendrick
cheapened his brand.
Lamar, he cheapened. I feel like with Not Like Us, he cheapened his brand. With J. Cole, Port Antonio, in the words of the great Fat Joe, living legend that he is, the price went up.
Scene. Okay, thank you so much. I got it. No, that I love that. I love that's why we do this. That's why we have these lunch table discussions because I've never looked at it like that. That he cheapened his brand, but I get that because I'll get into J. Cole in a second, but I get what you're saying by that because Kendrick Lamar has been this, for the people, conscious rapper, blah, blah, blah. And it's like he came down off that pedestal one day and it was like, I feel like picking on Drake, whatever. Or what, the beef that they said is long lasting or went back, I don't know. But then it's like he took him down, then he kept going, then he doubled down, then he doubled down. And it's like he is wearing it out, right? Like made a video for it. Now it's a billion streams. And now they're talking about it's going to be on a Super Bowl. And now they're going to make a movie out of it. I don't know. Like they're just,
They
you know what I'm
are.
saying?
There's a
So I
movie
get what you,
coming.
it's never ending. And the subject matter, it's like his biggest song, his most lingering song, the subject matter is Drake and the lyrics, he's speaking about certain things. How far can we really go with this? Like, I play that song and my nephew start dancing, and I'm glad he's dancing, but all at the same time, those are low vibrational words. So it's like, I don't want him to listen to this. So I get what you're saying when you say he cheapened his brand with that song. I get it 100%. I can, that's crazy. I never even thought about that though. And you saying J. Cole went up because now people want to know what J. Cole has to say since he was the one that backed out. I love that. That's absolutely true. Yeah. Because whenever J. Cole releases music, we want to hear about that beef. Like, and now I'll go ahead and get into it. When I listen to the song, I'm like, I don't need that first. I don't know what the first verse was about. Get to the stuff. Get to how you feel about Drake. Like, I want to know how you feel about the beef. Like the first verse, I was
Oh,
like, okay, here we go. I'm on the edge of my seat. I'm like, get to the good stuff because I know you're gonna talk about it. So I don't need that first verse.
mhm,
Get to how you feel about stepping down from the beef. So
mhm.
um, so how I feel about J. Cole. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. My name is Naja Damas. I don't think that J. Cole deserves to be in the big three. I'm very
She doesn't
vocal.
mean that. She doesn't
I
mean that,
stand
J.
by
Cole.
it. I think that
J.
Big Sean should be in the big three. I think
J.
that Big
Cole, you could be
Sean,
on my side of the lunch table. Don't worry about
when J. Cole comes to visit the podcast, I don't want to burn any bridges, but I'm gonna always stand by what I say about J. Cole because I'm a fan and respect his. I'm sorry, I respect his work. I respect the hell out of J. Cole, but I'm not a fan of J. Cole's music. I'm not. He
it.
is going to sit on your side of the lunch
I was
table.
going to say, well,
Okay.
okay.
He is. I welcome to the podcast. She's a fan. I'm not. I think Big Sean should be where J. Cole is. Okay. I'm vocal. I stand by that. Um, However, that verse, I still don't want to burn bridges though. I still don't want to burn bridges.
Okay.
The song was it was I just find J. Cole boring. I do. Okay. I just find him boring. I think the song started off. I think the music was boring. I think the song was boring. But I think the verse was interesting because obviously I wanted to hear what he had to say. So I was only interested in hearing that from him. And what to that I will say, um, I thought it was I thought it was dope how he bigged up Drake at the end. How he was like, listen, like he didn't really even take sides still. He still was kind
Mhm.
of saying like Kendrick was my homie. I didn't want to lose a homie, and Drake, I didn't want to get into it, but you still I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know because I don't know. J. Cole is just so
So I don't know. See, this is where I don't think he's one. See, that's the thing. I don't think Jay. I don't think he's boring. I really
no,
think,
no, people love J. Cole.
yeah. And when he talks, maybe that's what it is. I do like a lot of introspective raps. I already gave y'all a little into my mind, like what I like to listen to. The fact that J. Cole is very introspective. And
Mm-hmm.
then a lot of things that he said in his rhyme, because it's more than rap. This is real life. This is really real life.
It's real
He
life.
he really said a lot of things I've been trying to express.
Yeah.
Y'all are beefing. Okay. And it's okay to have rap beef because listen, that's what hip hop is. You always want to be the best.
Yeah.
But then how far are you going to take it? Because what's going to happen is you look dumb. Blogs are making money over
Yeah.
you. Podcasters are going to podcast about you, get them clicks
Yep.
so that we can get our subscriber numbers up. Um, and then, but then at the same time, just like this, not gonna, I don't think it's going to be all this extreme, but like Biggie and Pop,
Yeah.
then you lose your life, and then everyone's like, "Oh, it shouldn't have been this far," and da da
How
da
it
da da
shouldn't have been that, even though he was
at
egging it
their
on.
expense. And when he really, when he pulled the plug, people called him soft.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it as soft. I
Me
saw it as
neither.
smart because he's not giving into what the machine wants. People
Yeah.
want you to, and like you said, for what? What do you do? You're already J. Cole, whether, and that's the nice thing about hip hop. He might not be someone like in your big three. He's in my big three.
Right.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? He has his place and he has his fans that are gonna stand by him. So
Yes.
what do you have to gain? And even Lauren had one in Lost Ones, the line she said, "Oh, what a sight to behold. You gain the whole world for the cost of your soul."
Yeah. And that's exactly what would have happened. Like it happened to Drake. It happened to Kendrick, right? Because you're saying that he stained or he stooped to a certain level. You know what I'm saying? So kind of you said that it yeah.
And when you, and then what I'm gonna say is, y'all who are so down on Drake right now, you guys, and I'm not no time travel like Nostradamus, but on Super Bowl when all three of them are on the stage together, plus Little Wayne, because I forgot that.
Because they will
Not
be.
that I forgot, but Kendrick and Little Wayne do have Mona Lisa, and it's a pretty dope song. I could see
Yeah.
him
Love
pulling
that
him out
song.
there just for that. But when you see all three of them reunite for the Super Bowl, all that ish y'all were talking about Drake, it,
Mhm.
it's gonna go out the window.
Um, yeah, it's 100% going to go off out the window. I J. Cole for me, like I said, I stand by the fact that J. Cole is not my favorite artist, and I think Big Sean should be in the big three. But as far as this particular song and this particular verse, I do think he's very introspective when he speaks. I do think you can tell he sits down and he speaks from the heart. And that I will say, I love that about J. Cole, that he definitely is speaking from the heart. And on this, you could tell he took his time with it. Um, he when he first backed out of the beef, I was glad that he did because even the song that he put out didn't sound like his heart was in it. You can tell he didn't sound like he was into it. He's not a battle rapper. He's not, don't bring me down to y'all level. Like, that's not what I do. I'm not out here to beef and battle, and I don't get into that. And it's like he dipped his toe in the water and he was like, you know what? I don't got time for this. I'm my bad. I don't even want to be a part of this. Y'all got it. And then he did one of the best things he could do for his career is he stepped out the way and let them two fight. And now, like you said, his price has gone up because now his next album is going to almost be like above them because he rose above like the foolishness that they decided to engage in. And it's like he
Mhm.
walked around it and now he's on a different level. So I felt like him dropping out of the beef definitely showed some maturity. And this song, even though, like I said, whether I think it's boring or not, it definitely shows how mature he is, to address Drake and address Kendrick, kind of sort of like, hey, I didn't want to lose a brother. I didn't want to gain an enemy. Drake, you still my boy. You did a lot for me at the end of the day. I just didn't want no parts of it. It's a good song.
What do
That's
you
what I'm gonna
think
say.
about the part? Because this is to you, right? He said
Yep.
they stripped me of my spot, and now I'm finally free.
They shook me of my spot.
No, they stripped me. They stripped me of my
The
spot.
big three.
Mm-hmm.
They stripped me of my spot, saying
Yeah,
that
he
I'm
said
no
that.
longer
So yeah, and he says, and now I'm finally free. So basically, I'll give you. Let me do the whole. Let me go back.
because I
I'm.
actually I get what he's saying. I
Mm-hmm.
I know what he's saying. I love the feeling of feeling free from stuff. is that to say the pressure of being in the big three and the pressure of having to live up to the big three? And okay, so now I ain't no big three. I could just do me now. I don't have to be associated with this big three mess. And now that I love and respect. I love and respect the
Mhm.
hell out of that he said that, because now maybe Big Sean can come in. No, I'm joking. But no, I'm joking. No, I don't know. I don't think it's too late for Big Sean to be in the big three because they've already kind of coined that whole big three thing. So it's too late. But I get what he means by I'm free. Just
Yeah,
strip
I
me of
like
my
that
name.
too. Yeah, because and honestly, to be when he said that, I was like, he been free though. J.
Hmm.
Cole, out of all these rappers, he just does what he wants to do.
Yeah.
He does what he wants to do. He grows his hair out long because he's another one like how you see this. I guess a full circle moment talking about markability. When he first came out, little low haircut,
Yeah.
he just had that little. I don't know how to say. He just had that the cute little North Carolina boy
But he never
look
had
for him.
personality. He never had personality to me. He never I don't know why. And he always got this same look on his face. Does he smile? Does he like what does he I don't know what it is about J. Cole. And the hard part about me not being a J. Cole fan is one, I'm a girl, and two, he's a conscious rapper. So when you get someone like me saying I'm just not a fan, it equals to, oh, you a girl and everything he says goes over your head. You just don't understand what he's saying. He's too deep for you. Like that's what it, equates to. The same way when I used to say, I like Common, but I'm not head over heels. Oh, you probably like Lil Wayne if you don't like Common. People assume when you don't really vibe with somebody that's conscious is because it goes over your head. It's not that. It's not that at all because I rock the hell. I love Kendrick. It's just that I don't find J. Cole interesting, but you cannot be a fan of somebody but still respect them, right?
Oh,
I respect
absolutely.
everything that he does and I respect his skill. His music just doesn't excite me. That is all.
That's
Come to the
funny
lunch
because
table, J. Cole.
let me tell you another way I used to. Well, this is me being a grown up, but I had got J. Cole's mixtape from your boo.
Who is my boo?
I'm talking about Todd
Oh
Coleman.
God.
Lord, I can put his whole government out there, but that's the truth. I got
No,
it from
we
I got it from him.
that
You know?
Todd don't watch the podcast. We talk about him all the time, and he never say he don't be like, "Oh, y'all mention me or nothing." I'm like, look at you not watching my stuff, but that's okay.
Yeah, I actually got his mixtape. And I will tell you, I don't know. I knew it's weird. I gravitate to who I gravitate to.
Hmm.
I like J. Cole, but I remember hearing his first song, which I like Paula Abdul's because that's like my vibe from California. But when he did Straight Up, I was like, this ain't what. And it's just like when he said
That's
let
not
Nas down, like
him.
when he came out and said Nas down,
Yeah.
I was like, that's when I felt like he was being his truer self. I do think
Hmm.
he was trying to hop early on, and that's why I say his price went up. He was trying to be hop on early commercial fame, and he was trying to be what they want, like they would want him to be, marketable, pretty boy, rap. But that's just not. It's just not in his
Yeah.
soul. The J. Cole that I really do like. I do like Port Antonio. I like the song he has with 21 Savage called All Right. I told you I like the song. I like his
I
album Middle
love that
Child. Like
song.
I really F with him because he's not trying, like I say, he's not trying to fit in. He's not trying to get he's not trying to get anybody's spot. You either rock with him, no
Cause he
rock
don't
with him.
do
It's okay.
features. He don't really
Yeah.
do features, right? On his
He
songs.
does, no,
And
on
doesn't
his
he do his
albums, he
own
don't
music or
do,
something?
he normally does himself, but when it comes to flows and being a guest rapper,
Yeah. Well, on that
that dude,
21 song, I didn't even know he was on that song. For a long time, I didn't even
what?
know that no, I just didn't. And I love that song too, but I didn't even anyway.
Let me tell you, the ex that loves Kendrick. So that this is our thing. That's why I always have to talk about him in these long tell emails
Yes,
he
he
sends me
comes up every podcast, the ex that
every
loves
time I say
Kendrick.
something. But that was my whole thing because it was a song Kendrick came out with, and he had listen to this. So I was like, oh, listen to Jay. I was like, you say so much, but J. Cole ain't he? This is who he is. He
Yeah,
does it.
he
Does it
does.
in his sleep. He does it in his sleep.
He
So
does it in his sleep.
I really did like that. Now on our bingo card,
Can I say one quick thing?
oh sure.
My favorite J. Cole song, it's two songs I like. I like the one, Got Me Up and All Night. Kind to sing. I like that
Oh, that
song, and
song goes
then I like,
hard. Yeah.
is it Middle Child? It's not Middle Child. What's the name of it?
Uh-huh.
Is it Middle Child? It's not Middle Child. What's the name of the song? Somebody should have told me it'll be like this, be like this, be like this. Somebody should, and it's a song where he's like on a bus, and the first verse is about Wale, or is about maybe the
Oh,
second
he's
verse is
talking about
about
like he's
Wale.
talking about like the Kings. He's talking about Kanye as well.
Talk about Kanye. Yeah, that's my
Role
favorite
model.
song. Role Model. Okay, I renamed it Middle Child. That's why I said that.
Yeah.
I wrote a rap off that. Yeah, I wrote all three. I wrote three verses off that. Yeah, the first one is about Todd. The second verse is about my best friend, my ex best friend. I think the third verse might be about my mom or something.
No,
I
Todd.
rewrote that song.
If there's not if you never watched the episode, you need to watch this episode. See what your girl is writing about you. We got to hear this. We
Yeah,
got to
yeah.
hear it.
It's in my phone too. It was one of those verses that I actually didn't write with pencil. It might have been the first verse I ever wrote in my phone and not with a pen. But yeah, so that's my
Mhm.
favorite Jake. So anything that can get me inspired to write a rap actually says a lot. So there is a 0.1% like for J. Cole, and because I did write off one of his raps. All right, so we'll move on from that. What do you think about the
Uh,
J. Cole song? We want to hear it right now. Comment your thoughts on the new J. Cole song. Comment your thoughts about him being in the big three. Am I wrong? Should it be Big Sean? Who should be the big three? You can only replace
I
one.
would love to. I would love to hear this.
You can
And
only
listen,
replace one.
yes, and I okay. So who would you replace? Drake, Big Sean. No, I'm so sorry. Look at me. Drake, K. Dot, Kung Fu Kenny, or J. Cole.
All right. Comment that night right now. All right.
False Prophets, and I don't know why I said no role models because that's not the song. False Prophets is the
False
song.
prophets. That's the name of it. All right. Somebody would have
Mhm.
commented us. Somebody would have corrected us.
Yeah, and then that's why that look. That's why I had to hurry up and find it because my brain was like loud and wrong. I could say loud and wrong. I thought you girls knew about hip hop.
Loud
Nah.
and wrong. That's the favor in the comment section. Loud and wrong. All right, let me go ahead and get this out of here. This is J. Cole. What do we got next?
Yo, on our bingo card, if you've been watching, I didn't talk about my favorite, but we always gonna talk about the 313, Detroit's finest.
Where my hat at? Dang it, where my Detroit hat at?
Ah, you ain't
Oh,
even repping your
hold
set. You're
on,
not
hold
even
on.
repping your set.
Welcome to Detroit. My name is Melissa. How can I help you?
I love that.
All
But
right,
the
here we go.
313, as y'all know, as you know, Nostradamus's favorite, or one of her favorites, because really you all know Bone is her absolute favorite, but one of her
Absolute favorite,
favorite
yes.
rappers, which is crazy to think like where we're at in hip hop. Like our favorite rappers are getting ready to become grandparents. So how do you like Eminem is getting ready to become a granddaddy. So how do
Yes,
you
yes,
feel
yes,
about
yes.
that?
You know
Like
what?
what is that?
I always forget about my banners. I always forget about my banners, but here we go. Yes, Eminem is going to be a granddad. I am going to be a godmom. Thank you so much, Haley. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How do I feel about this? I feel OLD. I feel old. That's how I feel because I have been listening to this little girl on Eminem's albums since 1999, right? He's listening to Eminem talk about this little girl since the 90s, the early 2000s, and he has not made an album where he has not mentioned her name, right? And it's like now I remember when she was in college and I was like, damn, Haley's in college. Then I remember there was photos of her getting married. I'm like, damn, this girl got married. Now he's going to be a granddad. Slim Baby, you know what I'm saying? Baby
Oh, I like that.
Shady.
Slim baby. Slim baby.
Like, wow, it makes me feel very old that Haley Jade, is going to be a mom and Eminem's going to be a granddad. Congratulations to Eminem. Congratulations to Eminem. I know he is so happy.
You know what? And I will say, I'm so proud of him. Of course, the man he's become. I always like Eminem. I like his style a
Thank
lot.
you. Thank you.
Um,
Appreciate you.
but Eminem is crazy because his lyrics are one thing, but 50 had recently did an interview about how he wanted him and M to go on tour to make this
Oh
money.
man.
And M was like, nah, I'm not missing how he grow up. And I just think that's so like wholesome of him. And 50 has said like when he was at the wedding, because 50 did choose to go on tour, obviously, he really understood what he meant. Because
Yeah.
he's really, for all his antics, and we know he has them, right? But
Yeah.
it's really, I really feel like M's antics are more so for his songs, not so much for his real life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Um,
Yeah.
he is a dad. Like I like that. He is a dad's first. And as much as Kobe is definitely, known, he was known for being a girl dad. Eminem is right there, neck
Yeah.
and neck with
Oh
him.
yeah. I love that. Yeah,
Because
Eminem
he
is
does.
definitely No, Eminem is definitely a girl dad. Eminem, I like that you said he is a dad first because he
Mhm.
absolutely is a dad over anything. And I think that no matter what you say about Eminem, if you mention his daughter, it's it. He's going to like a lot of his beefs. I think he said it in one of his songs. Like I heard Ja Rule say something on about Haley, and I just lost it. He said the same thing about Machine Gun Kelly. Like he's Machine Gun Kelly said something about Haley, and now like you know he don't play about his daughter. He ain't never played about his daughter. He's always been protective of her. And have you ever seen her? Like she's on the internet. She's
Oh yeah.
so
He's
she is.
beautiful.
She's absolutely gorgeous. She looks like him. I was watching her do a makeup tutorial or earlier, and I was just like, man, I can't believe that this little girl is doing a makeup tutorial. But um, she is Eminem's daughter, but she is nothing like what you would have expect Eminem's daughter to be like. And I think that he did a very great job of keeping her away from like that celebrity's child type life. You know what I mean? She went to college, she's married, and she seems so, like she's very respectable. Like she's not out here in the clubs like, do you even know who my father is? Like that's not her energy. Like her energy is very sweet, wholesome, Michigan girl, you know what I'm saying? And I think that he had a hand in that. I mean, she's her own personality, but I think he definitely made sure that she didn't grow up to be one of those celebrity kids who was just out here in these streets. Like, listen, my dad is this person and I could do what I want. He wanted the opposite for her.
Let me
And I
tell
love
you.
that.
I love the fact that Eminem is a granddad though, because can you imagine, like,
Grandpa.
when a kid goes to school? Well, one, it's going to be like probably a private school, because they have
Okay.
money, so it's going to be a
Yeah.
private school. And let's say Haley tries to humble her son, and she might not give him like the newest, latest fashions or newest, and they want to. I don't know why I want a son on her, but I want her to have a son.
I see a
So
boy too.
it's yeah. So
Yeah.
then he goes and comes home, he's crying, and M finds out about it. Do you know that little boy is gonna get a diss track like he had never heard of before in his life.
That's so
In
funny.
his life. Like I have a whole scenario.
That is hilarious. I
I
love
have a whole
that.
scenario. Like M as a granddad it's kind of dope though. It's within is especially knowing like M's history with
Both his
addiction.
parents.
Well, his parents, but also addiction too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And Eminem talks about it in his songs. He doesn't do it for props, but outside of Haley, he even adopted his, I want to say, niece as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. His niece. Yeah.
And to be that loving and just have that kind of fatherhood, that's something like that's definitely something to wear with a badge of honor. So my salutes to him. And even though we might not have been caring about the death of Slim Shady, do you notice he is the top three well, he's a top third. So he's top third, or top three streams
Mm-hmm.
artist, and he has over 1 billion streams.
1 billion streams. My man
So
Eminem has 1 billion streams. I
so let good
Yeah,
job.
I want to say this to Eminem because sometimes Eminem gets in his own head about his music. If you about his numbers and where how he's respected in this game, he feels like the younger generation doesn't respect the newer generation. He mentions that a lot in a lot of his music. Sometimes he doubts himself. Again, I hear all of this in his music. When he says things like that, like he didn't like his revival album, just sometimes he comes down on himself. And I'm like, Eminem, like you're really one of the only artists from back in the day that's still doing numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like you came out late 90s, early 2000s, and you're still doing numbers and you got a billion streams. There's not a lot of artists out there from the 90s, that can still do these numbers. Like Eminem might be one of the only rappers that are making new fans. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of artists are not making new fans. They're making music and money off their core fans. So Eminem, if you ever doubt yourself, ever, just for a second, just please look at the numbers because they do not lie. And the Death of Slim Shady is doing very well. I don't like that title because I love Slim Shady. So I don't like the Death of Slim Shady because I love Slim Shady. But salute to my man Eminem, yo. 313 in the
And,
building.
and I'm not
He
gonna,
got it.
he got it. And I'm not gonna lie. I do. Well, I already said, while this is not my favorite album by
Mm-hmm.
M, I don't. I love him. And what I want to tell all you people that swear only a certain group of people listen to Eminem. If you ever watch hip hop documentaries, if you ever
Mm-hmm.
listen to other rappers, they respect Eminem.
A
That
lot of them.
cadence that he does, that
Yeah.
schematic style that he does, the way he puts his metaphors, the way he weaves his, that's not something to be taken lightly. And I don't like it when people discredit him,
Yeah.
because if it was that easy, trust me, the clones of Slim Shady, everybody would do it. There
There
ain't
you
no
go.
clones of Slim Shady. There can only be one.
There you go. And many have tried and have not succeeded. He is
The
the only one standing.
He is, and I will say probably, but see, he's not as popular. Probably the closest that I know of to Eminem is my boy G Easy. He's from Oakland,
No,
from the Bay.
no.
But like I say, he's just
He
not
had a
as popular.
run. He had a 30-second run. He is
Don't be talking about
no.
G. Don't be talking about G Easy.
G
Don't be
Easy
talking
had
about
a
G Easy.
30-second run. He did no, no, no. If we're gonna do the closest to Eminem, it has to
Who's
be
the
someone who's
closest?
had the closest to
Uh
Eminem.
huh. Hmm.
That's okay. So this will have to be a white rapper who has come
Hmm.
out that has had multiple albums, very successful albums, and touring. The
Who's the
closest,
closest?
MGK, Machine Gun Kelly. People love Machine
Hmm.
Gun Kelly.
They did.
But Machine Gun, I mean, I didn't get a chance to follow Machine Gun Kelly's music. Actually, I'm just guessing. It ain't G-Eazy. G-Eazy was big and had a run, but wasn't that like one song, one album?
No,
Like,
you
that
know
was a
what's
moment in
funny?
time.
He's still out here though.
G-Eazy?
Yeah, he's still out here. He was just performing. He listen. I like
Oh,
Jeezy.
no,
He
Jack
was just
Harlow.
performing in
Jack Harlow.
there you
Jack
go.
Harlow. Yes,
He does
Jack
have
Harlow.
next. Now I will say the difference is, and see, like I said, I'm never gonna lie to y'all. I actually have Eminem CDs. I have
Yeah,
Eminem CDs. I don't have I didn't start with the Slim Shady LP, but I started with Marshall Mathers because
yeah,
I really love that CD. In the
yeah.
Eminem show, I have
Yeah.
that as well. And there's I have like a three,
Then
like
there's
I used to have
Encore.
I have
Then there's
Encore.
Relapse.
Mm-hmm. So and
Then
then
there's
yeah, see,
Revival.
I
Sorry, no,
have
no,
then
no.
I have
Then there's
Relapse.
Recovery. So I gotta go in order. Then there's
Yeah, I don't
Recovery.
have Recovery, but I
Marshall
do have
Mathers LP, I
Relapse.
think.
Yeah.
And
No,
then is
yeah,
it
because it was part
Revival?
two. Mm-hmm.
Then it's Revival. Then it's Kamikaze. Then it's Music is
Kamikaze
Murdered
I have as
by.
well. See, I have Eminem. That's what I'm saying. My point is I listen to, this is something
Yeah.
I like. With Harlow, I know the glamorous life because
Yeah.
I like the sample, and it's kind of dope too.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah,
kind
no,
of dope.
Jack Harlow's dope. Yeah.
It's kind of catchy. Um, I don't know. But see, yeah, maybe that's it. Like I think he's catchy. He's not mine.
I'm
If it
going
was
to
another white rapper that I was really be into, like I said, for me the next one would be G Easy. That
yeah,
would be the next
okay.
person.
I got one more I'm gonna say.
Okay.
Because that's gonna be I'm gonna put that on threads. It's gonna be my third question. Like who is the biggest
Ooh.
artist? What white rapper has come as close to Eminem with their stardom, or well, you can't really come close to Eminem because he's on an island by itself. But who has had a great run as a white rapper? So you said G Easy. I think Jack Harlow. Now I might cause some tension because he's not white. But what
If you talk
about
about
Logic?
Logic, don't be doing that to my don't be doing that to my
Logic.
brethren. Jama-
No.
Logic, I
Listen,
respect you because I have cousins on my side of the family that go through this. They don't look like they're related to us, but I know their parents are black. They
okay, let
just
me stop because I know Logic's very sensitive about that, so I won't
and
go
yeah,
there.
and I was
I
saying
will
my
not go
cousins,
there.
my family, I don't know if they don't watch all the time, but they're like that too. And every time I always feel like I always have to defend poor Logic because Logic is
Well,
dope. But the other thing is, y'all sleep on Logic too. Logic got Wu Tang wouldn't do songs with Logic if they didn't respect him. I just want y'all
okay,
to know that.
I,
And the way that you guys play in his face
they do. He
because he's
can't.
like
He always
you
trying to
can't
prove it
change the
though.
pitch. You can't even because this is the thing. He he has too much pigment to be white. He doesn't have, and but then black people say he doesn't have enough pigment to be him. But when he says that he's black, like you said, why you always got to prove it? Why can't you just
Yeah,
rap?
I feel
But
like he's always trying to prove it, and I think that gets annoying to people. He
he's
looks
in
white to
he's in a
me,
catch 22. See, but and that's
but
another
he's
thing.
not. He's not. It
He
doesn't matter
looks
how
like
he looks. Mariah
something that
Carey
he's
looks
not.
white
Yeah,
too. Your
and that's
homegirl
another
Mariah
thing. Oh, let me
Carey.
tell you how I got my mom all the way together one time. She had a nerve to talk about MC the GOAT. I
Yeah,
said Mariah is black, and Mariah has said she's black so many times to the point, just like you said, I think she's exhausted at this point because
she
Lee
looks
Daniels
white.
had said something to her, and she said, "I am black," and I have never said I was white.
She
And
look
then he was like,
is.
"Okay,"
I mean,
like he had to shut up.
most mixed people look more black, but there's definitely tons, obviously, of mixed people who look more white. It's not as
Yeah,
common, but it does happen. So when you are black but you look white, sometimes it's hard for black people to process that because it's like you get to be black but look white, like like you get to be
yeah,
black. You get to be
because
black, but you get to walk the streets as a white person. So sometimes I think it's just eyebrow raising. It's hard for black people
it,
to comprehend.
it is. And there's this movie. I don't know. So I'm always putting y'all on the movies. There's an old movie. This is old, and I know mostly dudes watch it, but your girl has watched this movie. It's called Imitation of Life.
Okay.
And basically, the mother is black. She has a white passing daughter. The daughter is white passing so much that she denies her black heritage.
Mhm.
And then she comes home to go visit her mom. Her mom is basically a maid in the house, but she's
Mhm.
treated with the white privilege, and they have a lot of conflict
Yeah.
in the way she denies herself. And I do. That's why I think I'm a little like when you say logic. I apologize. I'm a little sensitive. I apologize, y'all, if I'm
Mhm.
coming off. It's just that we have to recognize there's more than one way to be black.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And there's more than one way to look, and there's more than one way to do stuff. And there are people that may have darker features, but they may act a way that you're not accustomed to. And then now they're not black enough. When I was growing up, and my family, I'm the militant midget, but to the world, I'm when I was coming up back in Virginia, not so much in California, I fit in perfectly there.
Yeah.
In Virginia, I wasn't black enough. And it's
Mhm.
just weird because I like to skateboard and I like to surf and I like to do different things. Well, not surf,
Yeah.
boogie board. I'm playing myself when I said surf. I don't surf. I boogie board. No, I'm scared to surf. But just different things I like to do. But Logic is still dope. So back to the hip hop, but Logic is still dope.
Logic is dope. Logic
And
is
if
dope.
you
Um,
as the fairest, I say on a fair skin, maybe close. At one point he was close. Macklemore, but then he got out of it.
Macklemore was. You know what? I will say this. I'm glad you brought him up. I'm glad you brought him up because I forgot about him. I didn't realize how big he was until he passed. He's one of those artists, unfortunately. Sorry if it irritates people when I say that because people say that about Nipsey too, and I get really triggered. So my apologies for saying this about not Macklemore. I think not. No, no, no.
You're talking
Macklemore's.
about Mac Miller.
There we go. Mac Miller.
I like
Sorry.
Mac Miller too,
Okay.
but I'm talking about Macklemore thrift
Hold
store
on,
dude.
because now
Yeah.
all the white rappers are coming out. So G Easy is not in the conversation now. G Easy got to go away because now we got rappers who are way bigger than G Easy. Macklemore and Mac Miller. Okay, that's who I'm thinking
They're
of.
two different, yeah.
Right. Okay. So that's our two. Those are two great answers. They might have been bigger than Jack Harlow. Macklemore was bigger than
Macklemore
Jack
was
Harlow.
bigger than Jack Harlow. When he
Okay.
had that the thrift shop
Yeah. He won a
song,
Grammy
he
over
was
Kendrick.
yeah. And that's when it was very controversial.
J-
And then he even came back out. Here's another thing. He really can rap. And see, people
That,
play in people's
can I?
face all the time.
I'm gonna hold my hand up so I won't forget my point. I have something
No,
to
no,
say
no.
to
Go
that.
ahead. You got it.
Okay, so when I was on my other on my other channel, I had intended to go back and listen to Macklemore album. It wasn't up against Good Kid, Bad City, was it? It was up against To Pimp a Butterfly, or no, no,
Mm-hmm.
no. They gave him the Grammy for To Pimp a Butterfly. It was up against Good
Then
Kid.
good. Yeah, city.
Okay,
Let me
I
see.
went back and listened to Macklemore album, and my point was to compare these two albums, in a non-biased way, to see if he deserved that Grammy. And when I went back and listened to it, it was a really good album. Like, that album was really, he had a lot of like anthem type songs on there like that, and he's a really good rapper. There's no album that's better than Good Kid, Mad City that's gonna come from anybody from Seattle. I'm gonna tell you that. There's not a single, ain't nobody from Seattle touching Good Kid, Mad City, because that album is so important. But Macklemore, he it wasn't. I'm not mad. I'm not going. It wasn't a horrible album. I'll say that it was not. It was not a bad album. It was a great album. It was. It wasn't better than Good Kid, Mad City. No album at the Grammys that year was better than Good Kid, Mad City.
And then you were talking about Mac Miller. Go
Mac
ahead.
Miller. I was going to say Mac Miller. I didn't realize how big he was until he died. And I've never heard a Mac Miller song a day in my life. If you play one right now, I would not know who he. I don't know anything about him. Right? I know,
Uh-huh.
respectfully, I don't know about him, but I did bring him up to say that once he died, I saw how big he was and I saw the impact on him. So he's in the running for being as close as, not as big as Eminem. Nobody's as big as Eminem. Again, he's on an island by himself, but one of those white rappers who had, I guess, a good run. I guess, you know,
Oh, absolutely.
good fan base.
Absolutely.
So shout out to all the
Absolutely.
white rappers out there who've lived in Eminem's shadow.
Listen, and y'all, I like that either on threads because Nostradamus is in charge of all that. Because I'm
I be
on
trying,
threads.
yo.
Tell us.
Please get us
Well,
over
you can
12
even tell us
followers.
who are your favorite rap writer, favorite white rappers. Or they could be listening, or it could be Logic. It's fine. Or
I didn't
but
say it.
even down below, tell us like who do you think is big? What do you think about Mac Miller? Mac Miller is dope. It's
Yeah.
funny. See, and this is where we differ because I remember Mac Miller on mixtapes. He was we're gonna talk about this,
I never
but he
heard
was in that
him.
class with Diggy Simmons and them. That's another person that doesn't get a lot of respect.
Interesting. Interesting.
And I just
Okay.
wanna I kind of like we got to go that's deep in the crates and the vaults, but that's a
We
whole other conversation.
okay.
Rappers
I
that
have
were
a
supposed to
question.
blow that didn't blow, like that,
Okay.
so
Was
but
Mac
I like him.
can I ask a quick question?
Mhm.
Mac Miller, what was his style like? Again, no idea what he sounds like. Was he, I don't know. What was his style? What was
Like he's comedian, but
comedic?
he's very
Okay.
lyrical, but
Okay.
then like he had a song called Donald Trump. That's why I'm surprised you haven't heard him. That was like his big mixtape
Okay.
song. If probably Todd has it, if he let him listen to it. I
Okay.
would tell you to listen to Self Care by
Mhm.
him
I'm
as
going to listen
well.
to it. That's my homework.
I'll tell you, and listen to Good News as well.
Good news. All right. So my homework is to watch South Central and listen to Mac Miller, because I have
And
zero. I don't know anything about Mac Miller.
you know what? Forget all of that. Forget what I
Okay.
just said. The best thing, because it's only 12 minutes. He has a tiny desk.
Does
Tiny
he?
desks don't be long. Yeah, he has a
Oh, so that'll sum up everything. All
yeah,
right,
and they
I'll
don't.
watch.
They don't be long. It gives you enough sprinkles so you can get his style out.
All right. Yeah, I'll listen to Mac Miller. Yes, please, everybody comment. Who did we leave out? Is there anybody that we're forgetting? Not your favorite local white rapper that you know we never heard of. We're talking about those crossover rappers who may not have been as big as Eminem, but definitely were bigger white artists. Comment that and let us know down below right
Yeah,
now.
and I don't. And I'm gonna tell you, I don't listen to Post Malone. I know he has a song called White Iverson, but I don't know enough about him to add him to.
Mm-mm.
I will contribute nothing to the conversation other than
No.
I know his name. And
No,
that's it.
you know what? Because Post Malone, he said he got famous off the backs of hip hop, and then wrote an
Mhm.
article about how hip hop suck. You know, like how
Oh,
hip
okay.
hop is too this and that. You know, like a lot of them they do. They use hip hop to get that fame. Then once they get the fame, they make the music that they really want to make, and that's what Post Malone did. So I don't rock with Post Malone.
Okay.
He whack.
Yeah, that's fine.
Even though that
And then
congratulations song go hard as hell. I love it.
And see, oblivious. But I now, this is a question that I sent you because even though I don't want y'all to be in my DMs, I be bothering. I bother Nostradamus 99.45 times, million times a day, night, evening,
In my DMs.
in her live in her DMs. Um, but I sent you a picture about
Yes.
hip hop chemistry, like the best I call them dynamic duos.
All right. So yeah, let's get into that. This is what we are considering our topic of the day. If you made it this far into the podcast right now, comment I'm at the lunch table. I'm still at the lunch table. If you made it this far, we are almost hour
With your
in. Please
coolie and your
comment.
big cookie, eat,
Yes.
living your life.
Please comment right now that you're still sitting down, you're still at the lunch table, you're in fourth hour lunch, you're in fifth hour lunch. All right. But the topic of the day is what rappers have the best chemistry on a song, an album, whatever. I'm gonna let Ill God read off the list.
Ooh,
Get your pen and paper out. You might want to write it down. Go ahead and pause it after she says the list. If you got to think about it, if you want to go play some of their music and come back to this, let us know. But Ill God, go ahead. Did you freeze? Oh,
I left. I left by accident.
I was
I left by
saying
accident. So because I'm gonna tell y'all now, if y'all can't tell, I'm doing this on my phone because my phone. Somebody had made a comment that our video was crystal clear and all of that. It's because I'm on my phone and I'm gonna tell all you iPhone people it's a Samsung phone.
oh,
Ha 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 ha
boo-hoo.
ha ha
Team
ha ha ha.
boo-hoo.
You see
No
this
plugging.
clarity? You see this HD resolute? It's because I'm on that. But let me see if I can get it. I'll tell you I'm gonna try to do off the top of my head, and if I miss
I
anything,
have the
now
list.
there you
I
go.
have the
Now
list right
Dramas
here.
might do it. There you go. You gotta change the.
I'm doing it right now. I might have spelled it wrong, but here we go. Oh, I did spell it
Uh,
wrong. Give me 1 second. And y'all know I be having problems spelling. All right, here we go. All right, there we go. Let me take off that Eminem. Take that ticker off. There we go. All right, so we're doing the best chemistry on a song. When you stepped out, I was telling them to make sure they comment down below who they think the best on the song is. If they have to pause this, if they have to write it down, they have to go back and listen to the music to get the answer to do that and then come back. But here's the list. You ready?
okay. Mm-hmm.
All right, so first we got Raekwon and Ghostface. Raekwon and Ghostface. Again, we're doing who has the best chemistry, song, album, whatever. Second, we
Uh-huh.
got Jadakiss and Styles P. Jadakiss,
Uh-huh.
Styles P. All right. Third, Ill God, your homies, Nas and AZ. All right. Nas and AZ. All right. All right. Fourth, we got Method Man and Redman. All right. Best chemistry, Method Man and Redman. Number five, did I say Byron? Okay. Number five, we have
Mm-hmm.
Most Def and Talib Kweli. Most Def
Mm-hmm.
and Talib Kweli. Talib Kweli has a podcast. Invite us on. We would love to have a conversation with you.
I seen you. I have to save it for my birthday episode, but I did see you. You put on such a dope show. I don't only listen. FYI, well, as y'all know, I don't only listen to Nas. I do listen to a lot of people, and Talib is one of those. So salute to you, sir.
There you go. And then last we have Jay-Z and Benny Siegel. Yes, yes,
Um,
yes. So best chemistry. We have six artists. Hopefully you wrote those down. We want to get into that discussion right now. Between those six duos, who do you think have the best chemistry? Ilga, I'm going to start with you.
all right,
For me, this was hard. So I'm going to let you go first.
all right. I have to re-rank it to be
Okay.
honest.
Are we ranking
But
it?
and then you listen, and then on top of that, not only did I rank it, then I took it out and then I remixed it and then I add an honorable mention because my brain is crazy. I am just as introspective as every single rapper I listen to. That's just
Oh,
who
there
I
you
am.
go. Cold
So
world.
now, big surprise to no one, not even myself. So AZ and Nas get best chemistry. Let me tell you,
I need a clap track. I'm going to have to figure that out.
the craziest thing about this is obviously AZ got the record deal off of Life's a B. But Nas never knew AZ. He had just heard of him, and he came up to the studio. They smoked a little. They heard
Okay.
the track. He wrote it. He laid down his lyrics. It's so smooth. Only guest
What?
feature. But
Little fun
then,
facts. I did not know that.
oh yeah, So
I thought
crazy.
they grew
Didn't
up
know he had
together.
her. No,
What?
AZ is from Brooklyn. Nas is from
I
Queensbridge.
didn't know that. See, oh, okay. Take a hip hop point from me. I feel like that's something I should have
Yeah.
known. Okay,
So
all right. And they got
so that's
chemistry like
natural
that.
chemistry. Yeah. And then on top of that, I always talk about AZ because he's like underrated in my opinion.
Yeah,
But on Do or Die, that's like to me the prequel to really the firm. They have this song, and when I was in Vegas, I was annoying the two brothers that were listening because I knew every word. They have this song, which is probably one of my favorite songs. I use it as one of my little things, but more
yeah,
money, more murder, more homicide. Everyone is always talking about verbal intercourse that Nas was
yeah,
on. With
yeah,
if y'all listen to More Money, More Murder, More Homicide, that blows that verse out the water, in my
yeah.
opinion.
Okay.
And that really shows their back and forth. And they have several other songs. There's sometimes AZ out raps Nas, and there's sometimes we're not like I feel like Nas be
Love
trying to
that.
get his get back on
Yeah,
AZ.
yeah.
And it's top tier chemistry. So they're my number one.
Okay.
Ghost and Ray are definitely my number two.
Ghost and
I
Raekwon.
feel like, and
Ghost.
it could just be me, but I feel like the purple tape, aka only built for a Cuban link.
Oh, the purple tape, the infamous
I
purple
feel
tape.
like that was a Ghost and Ray album,
Yeah, I always get it mixed up. I always get like, is that? Yeah, it is. It is.
right?
Yeah,
And they sound so good together. That's
yeah,
another. I remember watching the show on Hulu, the story of the Woo, and realizing
yeah.
like they used to be. It's so crazy that they used to be enemies, and they seem tight like brothers. I
They
love
do.
them.
It's easy to
I
get
love them
them mixed
together.
up. They melt together so well. It's so easy to get them mixed up. You know.
Hmm. Oh my gosh. Meth and Red,
Okay.
but that's a given too. But you know what's funny about Red and Meth is Red used to be deep with Def Squad, Keith,
Yeah.
Eric Sermon's crew, and him and K Solo used to do a lot of songs together, and they also look like brothers. But I
Yeah.
feel like Method Man came and swoop up
Just
and
stole
took
them. Yeah.
his
Came and
toe.
stole them. This my homie.
He
This
stole
my homie punk. Yeah.
my friend now.
This my friend. Yeah.
Um, then we got Jada and Styles P. Obviously, and most definitely top lead quality. And the only reason why they're last is because just the order of the list.
Yeah.
But I would take a set of J and B's. Like I say Jay and Kanye because
Absolutely.
before the devolution, what do you call it? Before Kanye devolved,
Is
before
that
he
what he
devolved,
did?
yeah, he devolved.
He did? Oh God. Hold on. You can't just be throwing that out there.
Before
Dang.
Kanye devolved,
That's sad. Don't say that.
he's
Kanye,
definitely
come
not
sit at my
devolved.
table. Come sit on my side
Oh,
of the
you want
table.
Kanye to sit on? Oh, you
Of
can.
course. Kanye's at
Kanye,
my
please,
top side.
and when you sit there, sit all the way at her end of the table. Like, don't pass.
What? You cannot say that. Kanye is gonna come on our show. I like we're doing
Ooh,
we're interviewing Kanye
make
eventually.
make sure Kanye hmm,
Okay, that's fine.
feels
But you gonna
feels
talk about
is
okay?
100% in the mood to do an interview, and I will let you interview him.
That's
MC
fine.
Light, I will talk, and Nas, I'll figure I can utter some words out, but Kanye, that's all you boo.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, Jay and Kanye, I feel like they they enjoy each other. And fun fact, another reason why Nas and Jay-Z made up is because Kanye loves Nas.
Kanye loves Nas.
He loves Nas. And there's this song, I don't we're major, right?
Yeah. Oh,
It was Nas and Kanye We
you can't just
Major. And
say this song. We're major.
the first time we heard the first time that I recall hearing on record Nas and Jay-Z was the
Yeah.
We Major remix.
The remix.
Yeah, there's a
Nas and Jay
remix.
Z. Who's on a remix for We Major?
We Major is Ye, Nas, and Jay-Z.
Well, I've never heard this.
I'll send it to you. But
We Ma-
yeah.
We Major has a remix
Yeah.
with Jay Z on it, and I lived
No,
my
the name of
entire
the
life
song,
not
yeah,
knowing this.
the name of the song is We Major. Yeah.
Did we need
That's how
Jay?
they
Okay, so let me say this, because I We Major is a huge song like in my
Yeah.
life. Like it's a
Oh,
huge
for real?
deal. It's a, oh yes, it is a big song. It's definitely like one of my favorite like songs of all time, right? Like I love it. So when you was like they have this song called We're
Yeah,
Major,
we're
like
major.
no,
Yeah.
they have the song called We Major. Like I effing love that song, right? So when you say that Jay-Z is, did we need Jay-Z on it? Because I haven't heard it yet. Because like don't mess with this song. I don't play when it comes to that song because I love
Wait a
that song
minute.
that much. Did
Uh,
Jay-Z do it justice? Because I don't know if we needed Jay-Z on We Major because I love that song so much.
all right, let me
I love
see.
everything about that song.
That song is dope. I got the pen.
Dope
I
ass
didn't know
song.
what to write. Man,
So I rap
whoo,
about the song, the holes of the ice. Like
man,
they said Nas with the fans moan is illmatic still. Like I
still
love
mad at
man.
man.
It's a
Yeah,
great
that's
song.
it. And I could and I could be wrong. I could be making up something. I'm not sure. I am. I'm sure I have it. If when I find it, I'll send it to
Okay.
you.
Let me know if that exists because I've never heard. I feel like something like that. Like I feel like if my favorite song has a remix, I'm supposed to know, especially if Jay-Z's on it. So all right. So
All right. Oh, and I have an honorable mention that no one ever talks about.
honorable mention. She has her wild card. It's your
My
duo.
wild card,
Okay.
Biggie and Method Man. Because if you go back and listen to the what, yo,
Biggie and Method Man.
yeah, after world, don't ask me for ish. Everything you get,
You
you
ain't
gotta
gotta
work
work
hard
hard
for it.
for
Tell
it.
these guys,
You don't
yo,
stop.
they
Damn,
sound
that
so
remind me of
good.
high school.
And Method Man said they were going back and forth on who
Yeah.
could be the most creative on us. And that's what I'm like, that chemistry is top 10. I really wish we could have got more Big and Meth.
Okay. Okay. I love that. I love that. And he did a song with Tupac too, though. Method Man. He's on his album. And I don't know if they had chemistry though. It just sounds like two verses. But Method Man made his way over to
Method
Biggie and
Man, Method Man getting in all the phrases.
he is. Like they
and
always say they only credit Bone for doing a song with Biggie and Pop, but Method
uh-huh.
Man is on Pac's album too. And they never say anything. They never mention that. But okay. So I'll give my who I think has the most chemistry, and then I'll give
Mhm.
my wild card.
Oh
It
yeah.
was really hard going over this, but if I had to choose Gunpoint, I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Method Man and Redman first has the best chemistry, and that's because multiple songs together. They have the album couple. They got two albums together, right? Is it just one Black album?
Cool.
Is that
No, they have
Red and
to.
Meth? Red and Meth.
Mhm.
All right,
They
and I
have
saw them
to.
in concert. I think they might be the only one I saw in concert together. Well, no, I saw Jay-Z and Kanye. But yeah, and I think Red and Meth got the best chemistry out of all these groups. They basically they melt together very well as well. So I think they have the best chemistry. And then second, I'm gonna have to say Raekwon and Ghostface as far as chemistry. I'm
Ooh.
gonna have to put them second. I'm put Red and Meth first, and then Raekwon and Ghostface second,
Okay.
and then I'm
Oh,
not ranking the rest.
I will say this is how I knew that Method Man and Redman were something special. Do you remember the song High How High?
Yeah,
That's how I knew they were something special.
it's a dope ass song. How high
There's
to
something in the
the
sky, it's a bird,
up,
it's a
up to
plane.
the sky. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Yo, that's how I knew that they were something special. Like
yeah.
that they had it. They had it. That's what I said. Poor K Solo. He got kicked out. He got kicked out in
He
the club.
did.
But he didn't even know it. He
Yeah,
didn't know
that's
it.
why when it's meant, it's meant.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we didn't talk about another people because they have at least three songs that I know of that I heard. Jay-Z
Mhm.
and Biggie. That's another one. They
Jay-Z and
come from
Biggie has good chemistry. Yeah,
and then yeah,
they
that's crazy. Unlike AZ and Nas, they're both from Brooklyn.
yeah, that one song that they did that reminds me of high school so much. If Faye had twins, she probably have
Yeah.
two.
Oh,
That song
yeah.
remind me of so much of high school because
Brooklyn's
there was this
finest.
guy that just kept singing that one line. But yes, they man, that whole high. Every time I think about some of the best times of my life with music, it takes me back to high school. I feel like everybody's high school years has to be like the best time in music. I don't know, we soak it in differently in high school, so I don't
It's
know.
just it's just because, like I said, just like our podcast, it was a whole process. Like you hear the song on
Mhm.
the radio. I don't know about y'all, like in Virginia, listening to the Buddha Brothers on a Friday night is what I would do, and they
Brothers.
would have
Oh my
all
word.
they would have all the mixes. Like I remember the first time I heard the Evils by Jay-Z, it was the Buddha Brothers and the Buddha Brothers, and they would scratch and mix, and sometimes they would repeat it. That's how I would memorize songs so much, because they would scratch it
Yeah.
the way up to repeat the lyrics so much, and then you start to get it. Next thing you know the whole rap.
Yeah.
Um, but it's just a special time, especially I would say that in the 90s, like coming up, like what I say when I really love hip hop, because look at what was going on.
Yeah.
Like it was craziness. They were talking about another song that reminds me of high school, Get Lifted by Keith Murray. I don't even smoke,
Give
but I
lifted.
love I love Keith Murray. You can't tell me nothing about. I heard him
You
on
said that
Hostile.
was he was in your top 5, right?
He
At
was
one
in,
point.
yeah, when he first came out. Actually, I liked him. I like Biggie and I like Nas.
That's
That
a
used to
very
be it. That used to
interesting
be
top
it.
3.
Yep.
Keith Murray.
Yeah, because the first time I heard Hostile, sheesh,
I didn't know Keith Murray's
Hostile.
music.
I know it
I
all.
thought it was cute
He
though.
has a. I could
But
go
no
on
one
and
cares
on
about
about
that.
Eminem. Um, but yes, he's my favorite. But yeah, you guys tell us, who do y'all feel like, who's the best? I call it dynamic duo. Who do you feel is
Mhm.
the best dynamic duo? There's a lot of people I know that we're leaving out. Recently, Common and Pete Rock has started, making music,
Yes.
on tour
Yes.
together. So that's probably somebody. Um, I feel like, see, these are people that's made good. So if there's somebody, because I'm just trying to think of other people I heard rapping together, but a lot of it's just like guest features, and they just happen to
Yeah.
sing
Yeah.
really
Let's
good
let
on the
them
guest feature. But tell me, like, tell
y'all
us,
tell us. Yeah. Who are we forgetting? Who do
who
you think has the best? My wild card was going to be, and it's mostly because of the one song that they did. I played it recently, and it just they flowed together so well. But it's Jermaine Dupri and the Brat on the Funktified song. Like they did
Ooh.
man, that song was so fire. The radio version and the tape version is so different than the radio version. It's like a whole nother verse, but it's so dope. And I was listening to that song recently, and I was like, man, they had bomb ass chemistry on this. So shout out to them. That's my wild card, Jermaine Dupri and the Brat. Great chemistry on the
That's a
track.
good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. And that's another person. Y'all got to put respect on Jermaine Dupri's name. And I know everyone's looking for somebody to get next, but Jermaine said his name is Bennett, and he ain't
Mm-mm.
been in it.
Oh,
Okay.
so I will tell you this. No, absolutely no Jermaine Dupri slander will be tolerated on the Lunch Table Girls podcast, because I stand for Jermaine Dupri. I love Jermaine Dupri. His music, he taught me so much about music that he don't even know. I started reading the insert of tape covers, and it was always written by Jermaine Dupri, produced by. That's when I started learning about writing and songwriting and producing. It was from him when I was listening to Criss Cross and Escape and the Brat. So that's why I respect him so much. Plus the stuff he did for Mariah and for Usher, and he is amazing. I don't play when it comes to Jermaine Dupri. I love that man. Plus, he responded to me when I talked to him on social media. He always
There you
responds
go.
back.
Oh, listen, that's all we
I
need.
love him. I can't
Um,
wait to interview Jermaine Dupri. I cannot wait. I'm putting it out there right now that we will be interviewing Jermaine Dupri one day on our podcast.
I love that.
I'm putting it out
I'm
there.
actually all for it.
I love him.
I have a lot of things to ask Jermaine Dupri.
Oh
So
yeah.
and look, he now in that one we don't have to fight over him. He can be in the middle of our table.
Perfect.
But
Perfect.
so
Look at you still worried about him.
the way that we decided, we know J. Cole's on my side of the table. We know Kanye is on Nostradamus' side of the table.
Hey, yay.
And Jermaine Dupri now is in the middle. So that's
Jermaine
fine.
Dupri is in the middle. Yes. All right.
In the middle.
Are we going to get into your to be picks for the week?
So it's not gonna be a to be pick this week. It's gonna be just a wrap up and a salute to Power. Listen, I
Woo!
can't believe okay, I'm just gonna talk about the character development because I know Nostradamus didn't watch it yet. First of all, Tyreek used to be the annoying little boy. He went from annoying little boy to a boss. So
Tyreek.
salute to you, sir.
Tyreek. Oh, Tyreek. The star of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to think of Tyreek. Okay.
Yeah. Tyreek went from annoying. I know who you are. You are a ghost to the ending of it. Yeah, he annoyed me. That little boy used to annoy the H
He
out of me. I
plays the
used to go to
same
work
character.
every day. Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to go to work every day. Not like well when it came on. I'm like, how do y'all got me watching this stupid show? And I was hooked. The other thing I want to shout out the character Drew, just like our theme, I guess, of this particular episode is more than one way to be one thing.
Yeah.
Drew is one of Monet's sons. He's gay, but he's not written the way most gay characters are
Right.
written. And I
Yeah.
really respect that about his artistry and his craft as an actor. That
Yeah.
dude was down and dirty. He was killing these people. He's probably the hardest person in the family. I went and
Okay.
crossed Drew. I went across
Ah,
him. I
okay,
went
Drew.
across him. I like the fact too that Norma was like I said, in my fake life, I am I would be Norma, who was the queen pen. She had all the money. She made all the moves. She controlled everything behind the scenes. So shout out
Okay.
to her. What's her name? Courtney. I forgot her last name, but
I gotta get back
Courtney,
into it.
you did phenomenal job bringing these characters, making them full circle, making the story complete. Effie, she, Effie, we were talking
Yeah.
about just everything goes full circle. Just another girl on the IRT dreams of being something more than what you're supposed to be, what your parents supposed to be. She's another one. Her character, hats off to her. Even though, unfortunately, she got stuck back in the drug game, she did have the
Oh,
opportunity to go off to Stanford and be a computer uh, engineer. Just that the way that the character was written, she had to stay in the drug game, but she was one step out the game, but it pulled her back in. Pulled her back
okay.
in. All right, but that's it. So I will come back now that power is over. I will be watching something cool on Tubi. I'll let y'all know about it to check it out. And if y'all do, let me know what you thought about it. I want to hear. I want to
Shout out
know.
to Power. I watched 2 seasons of it, and like I said, the last episode I saw was when we found out that that one kid was Mary J. Blige's real son, and then I
Oh yeah.
think he got killed, and that's the last episode I saw, and I never got a chance to circle back because there's just so much TV out there, and I just get lost in other shows. So I'm gonna make my way back to that for sure. Definitely. So shout out to that. Bring Ghost back.
Oh, Ghost is bad. It's just name is Tyreek.
Oh God, my sister said that. My sister said that. All right. So this is usually what we do my rose, but I actually don't have a rose this week. I have something else I'm gonna implement live on the show. Ill God doesn't know about this, but this is a new segment that I am implementing live on the show for whenever I don't have a rose, and I am calling it Think Champs. Woo! It is Think Champs. So, if you are familiar with Noriega's show, Drink Champs, at the end, usually sometime during a segment, he gives them a choice between two artists, Nas or Jay Z, Pac or DMX. You're familiar with that, correct?
Oh, absolutely. I love Noriega's
Right.
show. I
Okay.
love Nori. Nori, we got to be on your show, but I don't smoke and I don't like to drink. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but we could do it.
We're gonna figure it out because you might have to end up taking a shot. So the reason why I didn't want to tell Nicole about this is because I wanted to not give you time to think about it. All right. I
Okay.
wanted to, so you have to choose. I'm gonna give you maybe 4 seconds and you got to make a choice. Okay. I am not giving you artists. I am actually giving you songs. Ha ha
All right.
ha. All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. And so these songs, this is going to be random songs. Are you ready? You have to choose
Mm-hmm.
between this song or that song. All right. I'm only going to give you 3 so we can wrap it up.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So which song are you choosing? Queen Latifah's Unity or Lauren Hill's That Thing?
Unity.
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Unity or That Thing. All right. Queen Latifah's Just Another Day or Ice Cube Today Was a Good Day?
Fudge. Ah,
You
just
only got
another
3 seconds.
day.
You got to take
All
a
right.
shot.
Today was a good day.
All right, all right. And last, and I like this one. I want this one just for you. Whose World Is This by Nas or If I Rule the World by Nas and Lauryn Hill?
Oh, wait. Say it.
Whose world is this?
Oh, you mean or if I
Whose
oh
world is this?
I like
The
to be
world is
honest, I
mine.
like Pete Rock and Nas better. This is gonna be don't get me canceled and Nas, I still love you. I feel like if I rule the world at the time was dope, but I feel like it's extra commercial. I like Whose world is this? The world is
Okay.
yours.
The
It's
world is
mine, it's
yours.
mine, it's mine. Oh
It's
yeah, so
mine,
I
it's
got
mine, it's
that's
mine.
mine.
All right. What's the name of that song? Is it Whose World Is This?
The world is yours. That's why
The
I was
world
like,
is
what you
yours.
talking
I had to sing it that way because I had to say world. Whose world is it? At
about?
first, I okay.
And then I was like, maybe you're talking about every because he has a song on Stillmatic. Everybody.
Everybody wants. No, no, no. I'm correct. The world is yours versus If I Rule the World. And you
Yeah, the
chose
world is yours.
The world is yours. Perfect. All right. There
It's
you
mine, it's
go.
mine. Now I gotta listen. I'm
Our
getting all
first
excited again.
first
All right.
episode of Think Champs. Yes.
I
So
love
that is
that.
a
I love
segment
that.
that has been implemented. Sometimes it'll be songs, sometimes it might be something else. You'll never know. And also, at any time, if you have two comparisons, you can bring them to the show as well for me. And I want to say, I my songs would have been Unity. Today was a good day. I agree with that, but I definitely have to choose If I Rule the World because I love the sample, the Houdini sample so much. So there you go.
And then I'm not gonna lie. So I did say what I say, but I do like the world is yours better. But it's like I always say, like when I start my day or even when I end my night, because I believe manifestation is a thing.
Hmm.
Like if I rule the world, everything in it, sky's the limit. I push a Q45 infinite. Like that is still like one of my favorite. That's
Yeah.
like one of my favorite lines, and just the style of the video. But this is
Hmm.
Nas entering the Escobar, you know,
Yeah.
Escobar era.
Yeah. I like
Escobar.
saying it too because, by my name always being so close to Nas, I always say, if Nas you rule the world,
Ooh,
if
imagine
Nas
that.
rule, yeah,
Imagine.
so that's why I
I
love that song. But all right, let's go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. If you still are listening to the podcast, why don't you comment? Still listening.
Yep. Well,
120 still
comment.
listening.
Yep.
Comment.
Comment, like, subscribe, share, please tell
Engage.
a friends. Tell friends. Let's be more friends. And look, if y'all want to sit on my lunch table, it's okay. Y'all sit on my side.
I thought you were gonna say something else. If y'all want to sit on my lap, I don't know why I thought you was gonna say that. Oh, I listen. Hey, listen. Hey, 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 hey. It's the lunch table girls. We out here. All right. L- Look
Sit
for
on my
Ill
lap
God
and
in the
break me.
comment. Look for us in the comment section. We out here. Make sure you comment, like, subscribe, like she said. Email us, Naja Nicole, NODJANICOLE podcast at gmail.com. Let us know what discussions you want to hear more of or what you want us to talk about.
Oh, and last thing, go harass Roro from ABC because he read my DM and then ignored me. So go harass him so he can get on the show.
Roro from Another Bad Creation read your DM and ignored it. Why do I
Yep,
have
and
to
then
beg for this man to follow us? Red follow us. Red was my favorite. Red
listen,
was my favorite one.
listen, maybe red might be it. All
Red is the
right.
one. Red is the one. That's fine. I love
That's
red.
right. All right. Y'all have a dope day. Be dope.
Peace out. We'll see y'all next week.
All right.
Oh, okay. Bye.